You need to watch Lazarus. That's it. That's the end of the video. Alright, I'm just kidding. That is not the end of the video. You need to watch Lazarus because of her. Christine. Alright, I'll stop goofing around. You need to watch Lazarus because it is one of the scariest anime I have ever seen. It's not a horror anime, but it scares me because it reminds me of me. And it reminds me of the current state of the world. Let's run it back a bit. The premise of Lazarus. The story of Lazarus alone hooks the viewer instantly because of how high the stakes are for the story, and because it is super realistic too. There is a scientist who's into philanthropy, and he makes a miracle drug in the world that is called Hapna, and that drug removes all pain, physical and emotional. It is the cure for anything you can be going through, and it has no side effects. Well, for the first 3 years after someone takes it once. You see, the doctor who is responsible for saving and dooming the world is named Dr. Skinner. Dr. Skinner disappears for 3 years after releasing Hapna and comes back from his disappearance in high fashion. He starts a global live stream just to announce that the world has 30 days to live. You see, the people who took Hapna have exactly 30 days to live because the drug was specifically designed that when someone first ingests it, they have 3 years to live. And for the first time in years, humanity is put in a very unsettling situation. They have 1 month to live. They were all asleep under Hapna, and Hapna skyrocketed in use across the entire world and got used to that feeling of using it. The President of the United States is trying to calm down the entire world. We see pharmacies getting burned down and an enormous amount of people attending church praying to their gods that their god saves their life. After this first episode though, no one even cares remotely, and it's actually funny but sad. We don't see anyone else outside of the main characters trying to stop this from happening, as if the world is back to normal for some reason, but it's not. But you see, Dr. Skinner isn't a complete monster because he did warn the world of their future. He could have just fucking killed everybody. Instead, he gives them an option to find him for the cure, and he says if anyone finds him, he will give them the cure, no questions asked. But the only ones who are actively trying to get it are these band of criminals who are our main characters. I think one of the favorite things in my show is hearing each character give a voiceover at the start of the show. You get to hear their opinions and their thoughts about everything that's going on in the world, and I think that's what really fleshes them out, because in the actual series itself, we don't get to know much about the characters, but these opening scenes for the episodes are really some of my favorite parts of the show. We get a group of 5 criminals. Christine, and Christine. Alright, I'm fucking wrong. We get Axel, Doug, Leland, Elena, and Christine. Each have been recruited by Lazarus, a secret co-op that is humanity's last hope in finding Dr. Skinner. I'll come to the characters in a moment, but I want to talk to you about how refreshing this show is for me. You know how you wake up in the middle of the night, you're quenched. I don't know why I said quenched. You're quenched, and you get a cold glass of water, and you just feel rejuvenated. You feel like life has been sprung back into you. Well, that's how this show makes me feel. It shows some very fucked up moments that can totally be seen in our world today, and that's why I like it. I'm a sicko. For example, episode 4, the crew is trying to infiltrate and get right next to the owner of this nightclub because he might have information on Skinner. First of all, the entire crew already hates him because of the type of guy he is. Party life, high ego, big douchebag. Supposedly bringing this huge DJ that is known by the entire world too, and our characters actually recognize him. A lot of them do actually. Except Axel, because he was in prison. So the DJ actually plays a huge part in this episode. But the gang is able to get close to this club owner, and we see how much of a jackass he really is. And the DJ, sadly, he's not even cool either. We actually get to see Leland talk to him more because Leland dresses up as a girl. The DJ doesn't even know it. And Leland asks him questions about his career. The DJ doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I have AI make my music. I don't even care about music. And it's like, damn, like you're like one of the best world-known musicians or artists out there, and you don't even care about music, and these people are like praising you and stuff. It's insane. I think it's a reminder to me personally that we should never praise or think of an artist as a god or savior. I think it's ridiculous that people can put someone that high on a pedestal, but you can appreciating and supporting the artist, just don't idolize them, you know? Second, this club owner and DJ were inside traders, meaning they were scamming people on the markets, specifically I think the stock and crypto market, but that's just me assuming things. And the owner also drugs up women. Yeah, I know. It shows that this lifestyle is just complete bullshit to me. The parties, the drugs, everything. And what makes it crazier is there is no cure. There is still no cure in this world, and people are still going to a party, don't even care that they might die in like 20 days or something, which is like, bro, come on. There is a cult episode. It was actually really good. I'll just say one thing, because I was in the pyramid scheme that was like a cult. If it's too good to be true, please do your research. In this episode, we find out Elena was born into this cult, and she can't even call her mom mom. And she's just a brainwashed lady who has no connection to her daughter, which is really fucked up. These people use this fake religion to distract themselves from the real world. In a sense, this is their hapna. This is their medicine to distract them from everything else in the world that's going on that's very serious. They're dependent on someone else to think for them as well. So this god is basically an AI that Skinner created a while ago with this scientist. This scientist ended up stealing his AI and made it into a god and his cult. And this fucking cult is really big. We see how big it is. It's actually crazy. But the latest episode is my favorite one, and that is episode 7. We see the team gets coordinates from Skinner's AI, the god, and they seem really random at first, but then we find out that they're not. These are actually coordinates to 4 different locations across the world. It just looks like there's water there, like there's no land. But then one of the main characters realizes that, hey, wasn't these locations where the cities were submerged in water? They were actually spot on with that, because 10 years ago, those areas that are filled with water used to be cities, like full-on city. We see shots of the city and submerged in water, and grass is overgrown, and there's a huge cities in here, which is kind of crazy to me personally. What we see is that Skinner bought all of these islands before they got submerged in water, and he basically paid all of these natives enough money to move out safely before they drowned there, I guess. Something that was really insane to me was that the characters had not seen blue skies in a long time. Christine says, so this is what the earth really looks like, and we are destroying it. How the fuck have they not seen blue skies? Like, they talk about how all they see is cloudy skies now because of the cities they're in. I could not imagine that. Related to this global warming stuff, we do see Skinner predict that the last of the ice glaciers in Antarctica are melting too. So we just know the climate is cooked completely. And it was really interesting because we see Skinner as this like devil, but then when we see him predict to the exact day, 3 years from now, all the ice is gonna melt, and it happened. And we see people kind of treating him like a god now, like, oh, he can predict the future, like, I don't know what. Like, it's just so weird. It's so weird. I like it though. This episode really grounds me, reminds me that the earth is precious, and we just need to take care of it, stop being idiots. So those are some of my favorite episodes because we get to see the characters go through so many different experiences trying to find Dr. Skinner. But the episodes themselves show the world that they live in. And we can see that the world they live in is kind of really directly related to the world we're living in right now too. And I think that's why I really like the show. What is Lazarus ultimately? This show creates a very great story for the viewer to get intrigued into. It shows some of the most phenomenal anime sequences with amazing music. I mean, truly, this animation is incredible and the music too. But beneath all that good stuff is where I think the show really flourishes and is trying to warn the viewer. I think the show is trying to warn us to feel our emotions, the great and the terrible. Because if all we felt was happiness, then how can we appreciate the good moments in our lives? We wouldn't. We would take it for granted, just like the world did in the show, taking hapna and depending on hapna. We need the good and the bad. We need to experience both of them so we can appreciate the good moments. I think that's why I really like the show, because on top of the crazy action, amazing story, great music. Like, this is one of my favorite anime I've watched this year. And I can say it might be one of my favorite anime that I've watched in years. Because the story, the deeper message behind all of these great things that the story brings is just, we need a reality check really, really badly. We need to stop ignoring and suppressing all of our emotions that we all ignore. I ignore my emotions too, don't get me wrong. That's why I really like the show, because it feels like it calls me out. Guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Lazarus is an anime you need to watch this year. If you don't, you are doing yourself a disservice. Watch this shit. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can watch this shit. I think that this anime for a first anime is a really good choice for people who want to bring others into anime, and people who are already veterans, who are seasoned, who have seen a bunch of anime will also appreciate this one as well. which makes it that much better. Guys, if you watched the video all the way through, let me know how the video looks, because I am shooting on my new camera I've had for a month now. But I have a light over here. I have a light right here, right next to me. I have my ring light that I've always used. And I have this new mic. I am not using this mic in front of me. I'm using this mic right next to me. So I hope this shit recorded, because if not, I'm going to kill my... Can't say it on YouTube. I'm going to unalive myself. I'm really excited because, man, this shot, I have a monitor. So I bought a monitor for the camera as well. And it's on top of my camera right now. So I'm not just looking at my screen, I'm looking at my monitor up here. And good Lord, does this picture look nice right now. It looks amazing. I really hope I wasn't fucking just staring at myself when I was talking. I don't think I was. I think I'm pretty good at... I'm rambling. But I hope you enjoyed the video. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers, so please subscribe. I need it, please. We're so close. I am really grateful to anyone who's been watching my videos for the past like 1.5 or 2 years already. It really, really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and peace, everybody.